We love hip hop.
There's tunnels. I got a story for us. My bad. I got a story for us. We have our civic duties that we need to handle before I get off of the stream. So there's some tunnels that have been discovered in the city of Hamilton. For the people who are outside of the GTA or who live in the United States, Hamilton is a small town, aka Steel City, because there's a bunch of steel mills around there. It's a small town about 45 minutes outside of Toronto. Okay. I used to smash a chick in Hamilton. I used to go there 4 o'clock in the morning after my grind. We get there in 45 minutes, even half an hour sometimes. Soft tick. But it is a shithole. It's definitely a shithole. There's it's the forgotten city. It's a very old Ontario city. So a lot of the properties out there are dilapidated and look pretty old school. And it also, Terabyte wants to know if it's GTA or Greater Toronto Area. Comment gang, would y'all consider that Greater Toronto Area? I don't think so. I think that's just outside of the Greater Toronto Area. That's when you start going, quote unquote, OT. But I remember back in the days, I used to go to Hamilton, get some work off. Right? Black Pudding TV says no. Right? Yeah, we don't consider it, even if maybe they might start considering that shit on Google or whatever. Two Piece and the Biscuit said it's like Detroit. Yes. Old as F, like a forgotten city. Like, hey, maybe renovated a little bit. Maybe gentrification can help it a bit. That type of shit. But I say all that to say, with that, there's homelessness. There's a lot of junkies out there. Right? And with all these junkies, they made an underground tunnel so that they can transfer electricity from like encampment to encampment. Should I repeat that? These homeless guys made underground tunnels to transfer or, get some, I guess take electricity from somebody's crib, bring the wires under the ground from one encampment to other encampments. Sick when you do that. All right. What did I just do here?
A series of tunnels supporting electricity theft at a homeless encampment in Hamilton. So police found the man-made holes and tunnels at Gage Park yesterday. The tunnels and holes allow for extension cords and other electrical wiring to connect to multiple tents.
Sick when you do that.
There's also a generator dug into another hole which connected to a City of Hamilton light pole. Police say a lone male was responsible for the tunnels, and he's facing charges of mischief, drug possession, and failure to comply with the probation order. All tents in the area have been cleared out so that the city can assess and repair the damage. And
where are they going to put these people in those tents? Because Gage Park has an encampment in there, which a lot of places in Toronto have encampments in. I was just driving downtown yesterday, and I was driving past Allen Gardens. I seen teepees in Allen Garden, like 12-foot teepees. 2 of them in Allen Gardens, and bare tents all over the place. There's a way bigger problem going on. That's why I keep on saying sick when you do that. You want electricity in your tent? I got you. I got the link underground.
For the weekend, Hamilton police say they also shut down a drug dealing operation that was occurring at a discrete trail near Lincoln and Barton Streets. And police say that the shack was known to drug traffickers. And during the investigation, police seized fentanyl, methamphetamine,
Yikes.
And a replica pistol, as well as ammunition.
Yikes. 2
males were charged with drug and weapons possession. And for more on these 2 incidents.
Well, then that's when shit gets a little dicey, right? You got way too much shit on you, bro. Fentanyl, guns, all type of shit. And you're like siphoning electricity through the underground. Like, you're doing too much, bro.
Regarding public safety in Hamilton.
You have to pick one crime, my G.
And we're joined by that city's mayor, Mayor Andrea Horvath. Mayor Horvath, good afternoon. Thank you very much for taking time to speak with us. So
I interviewed her son. Sorry, I got to read this comment here. Dre Kane says, Can you dig it? Hold on. Sidetrack, no sidetrack. See this chick right here? I interviewed her son.
Let's start off with this.
I'm an idiot. We're going to get back to her in a second. Let Andrea Horvat cook. Julian. It's not him. It's not Julian from Rory and Mall. It's this you right here. Look how I titled it. NDP leader Andrea Horvat's son, Hey Julian, on being a politician's son.
You got an extra added layer when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're just that. You're still the average kid. Like we're all just regular people.
Yeah, exactly.
But you still have an extra layer because you have your mom's a politician,
content,
right?
Yeah.
So
exactly, yeah, and that's part of what I like probably need to be
button,
wiser about when I'm posting online, because there's people that have like anti.
This is the mayor of Hamilton's son. Do I have the picture? This is the son of the woman who's running Hamilton right now.
Extra layer because you have your mom.
If you listen to my music, right, you can probably tell I really don't give a fuck about anything or with it, right? Like I really just do my own thing.
I can't love these bitches. I don't give a fuck about my 3 wishes.
All right. So yeah, just to give you some context of who they got running the town over there.
Hamilton police have found a series of
information that you may have.
Here we go.
Incidences that we've been having.
Let's let Andrea cook. Why did this happen?
Well, thanks, Bakari, for reaching out and giving me a chance to respond to what's been happening in Hamilton. I will, first and foremost, for me, it's all about public safety and making sure that our community is a place where people feel safe. And so these kinds of activities make people feel unsafe. And so I want to, first of all, say that I'm very grateful to the Hamilton Police Service. They've done an amazing job, and they've been very focused for the last significant amount of time to try to address the.
Why is it kudos to the Hamilton Police? Because they found the electricity thing. Let me wait. I'll wait. Because there's a bigger problem here. The fact that they have to do this in the first place, there's a bigger problem than, we need to get these guys off the street.
Ongoing gun crime and shooting incidences that we've been having, as well as the drug trafficking situation. And so both the Gage Park find, if you will, as well as the shack that you identified, have been discovered and disbanded because of the good work of the Hamilton Police. And I would also say this, it takes all of us to make a safer community and to identify when things are not right.
It's all of us. It takes a village.
And so if you see something, say something is one of the mottos that we have around here, because that information that you may have could make a big difference in terms of making our community safer.
And Mayor Horvath, along with See Something, Say Something, what are some of the complaints heard about this?
That's an organization, See Something, Say Something? Shut up.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of concerns. Certainly.
Let me not do that. I'm not in the streets anymore. If you're a citizen, if you see something, say something. Okay? I'm not going to do it, but listen, if I walk past the encampment and I see that they got electricity over there and my phone is dying, bruh, man, yo, you got an extension over there? Man can't charge my phone. Give me 10 minutes. Let me charge my phone, bro. All right? Let me smoke a cigarette while I'm charging my phone over there. All right? Peace Love says free Wi-Fi too? What? Go chill out with the homeless guy for about 10, 15 minutes. Go hit up the gram. Charge up your phone. Talk some shit. Let the man tell you some stories. He might have the heater going on. You guys are dissing, bro. You guys messed up these guys' flex. The fact that they had that going on and you're not trying to take them and fix the homeless problem, okay? They're trying to fix their own issue when it's like, you know what? We're out here on the street. We got nowhere to go. Nobody's helping us when it comes to our mental health issues and all that other shit. Let's get some electricity. It's winter time, so I'm sure they're using the electricity to warm themselves up. Nah, B. Yo, let's arrest them. Get them out of here. What are you guys doing? Trying to stay warm? You ever hear that? Oh, no, she knows about warmth. She's in her big crib, her and her son, you know what I'm saying, cleaning the machine guns, chilling out.
There are many folks who are concerned about encampments and how they impact our local parks and green spaces. And so you may know we're putting together a separate outdoor temporary shelter site, which will be up and running fairly shortly
Oh, sorry. I'm not laughing at the homelessness because that's not a funny matter. Christopher Davis, I guess you're in the United States. It says encampments in Canada is crazy. Yeah. It's not always what it seems. Life is nothing but a dream. They will make you believe that Canada is one of these countries that, you know, we're a first world country that doesn't have any of this bullshit that goes on over there like you guys in the United States. We've seen some of those places. You think we got a Skid Row? Hell no. We're not dirty like you guys. Yeah, we are. Okay. We got bare dirty laundry over here that we're not willing to clean. We're just not willing to clean the dirty laundry, but we also like to look at other places and be like, yo, you guys are messed up. You guys need to do something about your crime. Da-da-da-da-da. Yo, no. Clean the house first, and then we can start pointing outward. Because Canada's been dirty. It's been a piece of shit. There's been homelessness here. We're getting to the point right now, as far as in the GTA itself, where there's not even enough room in the shelters right now for people. There's not enough room for the people in the shelters. There's not enough food in the food banks. Thanksgiving, we had Thanksgiving earlier for Canadians, right? Back in October. There was a lot of food banks that weren't able to provide for the demand of people that were coming in there. And there's more people that are coming in there than before, because now it's not just people who are homeless that are going to the food banks. There's people who are mid or lower class and middle class that are like, I just ain't got it right now. This shit is tough. I might need to go to a food bank and maybe see if I can get a turkey or something. Like, it's getting real like that. You know what I'm saying? Trust me. Toronto Street says, fam, it's too mud out here. Everyone's finessing the government while the city crumbles. Been documenting this. Yo, it's actually scary, yo. When I went downtown the other day, and I haven't been downtown for almost a month, I was like, damn, is this shit getting dirtier? So when you're talking about Hamilton, which is right next door, which is an older city than Toronto, I think, and Hamilton looks like a piece of shit. Respectfully to my people in Hamilton, it looks like a piece of shit. So to me, them having homeless encampments and, you know, people trying to get electricity at least to run through it, it's not a bad thing to me. I'm like, yo, you guys got to do whatever you got to do. Because Andrew Horvath's not going to help you get out of that situation. And I know Doug Ford was like, get off your ASS and get a damn job. Yes, that works for some people. That don't work for everybody.
To try to move people out of encampments and into a better space, but we're also expanding significantly our shelter beds, and much of that work has already been done, but by the end of December, there will be over 300 new spaces in the shelter system. And then when you add the outdoor temporary shelter, we're talking 350 or so spaces. And so there's a lot of opportunity to get people out of the parks, out of the green spaces, and to clamp down.
You know why everybody's in the parks in the first place? Not to say that there wasn't ever encampments or homeless encampments in the park. There's always been that, but not to the degree that we have now. This issue has been extremely elevated by the pandemic. Like stupid, crazy elevated by the pandemic. When the pandemic was going down, I was living right downtown, right near Young and Bloor. There was a parkette, a mini park, right next to where my apartment was. There was homeless people that used to hang out on the benches. Whatever, fine. Hang out wherever you want. But there was never any tents in that park. As soon as this country, the world locked down, and you started going outside to go to the store and whatever in this empty streets, the only thing that you would see is bare tents in the park. That went from no tents to bare tents. Okay, and for the people outside of Canada or Toronto, a lot of tents, not bare tents with bears and shit, but a lot of tents, mad tents, multiple tents. And then at one point in time, there was some news reports and stuff like that. They were like, yo, we're going to get rid of all these homeless encampments. Da, 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 da. Yo, how did they get there in the first place? Let's get to that part first. Before we're like, yo, let's get to, yo, you guys need to move. You shouldn't be here. Da, da. Bro, they got there for a reason. Let's address that part first of how it got so bad. The homelessness issue got so bad to the point where homeless people started taking over the parks. Allen Gardens, same thing. Allen Gardens always had a couple of tents. And Allen Gardens was the place where people used to go sling their shit. That was a trap park at one point. Okay, that's right by Sherburne and Dundas area. Technically like Sherburne and Girard between Carlton. Okay, and it goes all the way. It's a big square all the way to Jarvis. It's a big park. But it wasn't a park that was just full of tents until the pandemic. So until we address how we got to that point in the first place and the things that you guys didn't do to make this get to this point in the first place, we can't do the, oh, well, we're just fixing it. We're fixing. No, you're not fixing. You ain't fixing shit. Hey, we added 300 places. Now, let's get to the root. Don't ask me about that part right there. I'm not the politician. I'm just watching from the outside, and I'm like, it feels like there's a lot of issues you guys are not addressing. It's like a lot of bandage shit that's happening right now.
Frankly, on this kind of destructive behavior. When we're talking about power generators being buried, wires that are connecting tents and that are basically usurping the electricity supply from the city of Hamilton.
You know, when you talk about people trying to stay warm and stuff and, you know, trying to get some kind of like Wi-Fi and some semblance of like regular life, like that's just so crazy.
Resources, this is dangerous. Let's face it, we've had encampment fires in our city already. We've had too many of them. And so this kind of behavior is dangerous for people living encamped, but also for the broader community. So I do want to say I'm grateful for the work of the police, as I've already mentioned, as well as community members who continue to flag when there are concerns that they observe.
And Mayor, so
You lock up this bitch.
often in life, we are reactive and not proactive enough. You mentioned a lot of reactive measures. Can you mention any more and also talk about how you plan to be proactive to prevent?
Yo, didn't I just say that? Black man right there. Bakari Savage. Big salute to Bakari Savage. I met the man in person. Cool guy. Big salute to him. Didn't I just say that shit?
And something like this from happening again?
Well, on the contrary, we're being very proactive in our city, and that's why the police have made these arrests, because they are proactively going to encampments and checking things out.
No, bitch, that's a reaction. He's asking, how do we fix it from the root?
And doing patrols. They're patrolling in our downtown. They've put together particular units based specifically on the shootings that we've been having, and so all of those things have been proactive. The reason why these things are coming to light is specifically because of the proactivity. And the other proactive thing that we're doing, I just described. We are.
Yo, how did y'all vote this bitch in over here in Hamilton? Holy.
Expanding our shelter system. We're providing a new outdoor temporary shelter space to proactively get people into a better place to live other than a tent, out of our parks and our community spaces, and into more appropriate, not only shelter, but also supports. So things like mental health supports, things like physical health supports, things like making sure that people have the ability to have a shower, to be able to have an ability to keep their things safe, to have pets with them, to have ability to have shelter with partners. These are all the things that folks have told us would make a difference for them in terms of the ability to access shelter. And so we proactively are putting together the kinds of spaces.
I like that. Nice. Nice how you did that. What does Trump call that? The weave. She did the weave.
Them to do that.
And as we wrap up, how soon will people be able to
we ain't buying it.
fully and freely enjoy Gage Park?
Well, again, that's something that continues to be a work in progress as we continue to build the capacity to have people.
Oh, you think that they're just going to clean up the park and then everybody's going to go play basketball or go play football and, hacky sack and all that type of shit again? Like, no, bro, that's not happening anymore. That's 2019 shit. There's no more hacky sack in the park anymore, my youth. It's over.
People in a sheltered space, whether that's permanent, whether that's supportive.
Brad and Janie, go play hacky sack in the park right now. Go step on a needle. I dare you.
Whether it's affordable housing or whether that's shelters or temporary shelters, this is the goal. And I can't put an exact date on it because this is all a work in progress. But certainly we're looking forward to seeing.
Bear hacky sack. Y'all remember hacky sack? Y'all remember the hacky sack? Hacky sack. This is white boy fun right there. Niggas in the park playing the hacky sack. Right there.
Hi, I'm here today in a beautiful park on a beautiful day with.
Watch him.
Oh, it's wet. The ground is wet, so
sick.
I'll stick to my hands. But yeah, all kinds of fun you can have with this. You can play with two people and you just kick it around, hit it back and forth. He's using his knee. I wonder if he can.
White boys in the park, that shit is over. It's donezo. No more hacky sack in the park. All right? Until they find a way to get to the root of this issue right now of why we have such an extra amount of homeless people and no places for these people. They're building properties. Properties are popping up all over the place, including Hamilton. They're building shit over there in Hamilton. Let's not play games. But it's just not for everybody. All right? They were killing that shit all the way back in 2002, but I swear to God, I was watching people playing hacky sack back in like 2015, 2016 in that park right there by Young and Bloor, right where I'm not going to say the street. I'm not going to dox it because I still use the spot. But yeah, good times. Last thing I want to cover here.
We love hip hop.